Hello, welcome to Bass with Gav session 4, the left hand, or the fretting hand, the fingering hand. This is the hand that goes up and down the neck. We talked about what the neck is, it's this bit of the instrument. And we're going to have a look today at how to get started moving around the neck. So we're not going to start with music theory. Not hating on music theory, I wouldn't be able to play without music theory. I can't intuit music, I'm not like gifted in that sense, but music theories enable me to learn to play essentially. So when I teach people to play bass, what I want them to do is like a 1 finger per fret system to start with, which looks something like this. There's all sorts of little exercises. That's a nice little 10/8 bit. And there's loads of things like that. But basically the idea is you're using 1 finger each fret. Now, as you get more advanced, you might want to play a bit tighter. Or you might want to play even longer. You might have to go to like 5 fret reach, but not everyone can pull that off. But 1 finger per fret is a great way to get started. You can't go wrong really learning like that. So for beginner players though, the spacing down here is quite big actually. So we're going to start up at the dusty end, at the top end. So we always say in pitch. So this is the bottom string, right? I know it's on the top of the instrument, it's the bottom string because it's got the lowest pitch. And this one, this string here, is the top string. It's got the highest pitch. Likewise, here, that's the top fret. And that's the highest note I can get out of it without pinching harmonics to cheat and get extra notes. So there we go. That's my the range of my instrument. So that's the full voice range of my instrument, if you like. So I'm going to start up teaching people to play Space Invaders, which goes like this. Go until your fingers trip over each other, which isn't that quick for me. I'm not that fast going down. So I could use this exercise myself. But with a beginner, you don't want to start down there. You want to start up at the dusty end, up at the top. So let's start on fret 15. So you've got the double dot here. That's an octave marker. So place your index finger there. And we're just going to use 1 finger at a time. So the little finger is going to play up here, fret 15. So where do you want to be? You want to have your finger just behind the fret. Let's see if I can get this here. It's just behind the fret. Not on top of the fret, not on the fret below. The center's okay, but you want to be just behind the... So what you're looking to do is bend the string over the fret right. It's the fret that's holding the note, not your finger, unless you're on a fretless bass. But in this instance, it's fretted bass. I want to be there. And I'm going to play with my fingers arching in, and I'm using the pads of my fingers. Let's see if I can show you on the camera here. Sort of looking there. So my fingers will be coming round. Let's simulate the neck of the bass. So my thumb is my thumb, and my fingers, they're coming round like that. And they're coming into the bass. They're not flat, coming into the bass. You can use flat occasionally for things like double stops. We're arching the fingers in, we're not flat. I'm going to go 1, 2. Notice I'm plucking with my right hand at the same time as I'm taking a finger off. I'm putting a finger on. You can leave the other fingers down, but you won't get as much speed doing that necessarily. I would prefer, while you're learning, 1 finger at a time, which I'm accentuating there. So So I can't go particularly fast. I'm not particularly a speed player, but the more you practice this, the quicker you'll get. And then, once you've kind of got it, you can go down the neck. So you can go up and down the neck with that, and you can start to use other strings. Now, where does the thumb go? Thumb, I'm placing on the back of the neck, and as I move around to lower strings, comes there, comes there, comes there. It's easier to actually show from here. So my hand will roll around the strings. So my hand rolls around the strings, okay? So if I'm up there, my thumb may even be almost here. And some people do play like that. You can do little chords. Lots of nice little chords you can have with the thumb over the top. But, I mean, equally you can finger them. But you're looking for the wrist to be in a very relaxed state. So as you're playing this, you don't want it to be tense. You don't want tendons popping out, veins popping out, blood pressure going up. You just want to be chill. So if you find you're sat like a T-Rex or like a scared little vole or a meerkat or something, chill. And just... This, I would suspect, would take the most absolute beginners 2-3 weeks to be able to even play at this speed. Maybe 4 weeks for that. I don't know. You might be quicker, you might be slower. The race is only against yourself. And all you're looking to do is get that as smooth as possible. It's not really about speed. Put a little bit of cellist vibrato in there, but you don't need that yet. And as you're going down the neck, obviously the stretch is getting bigger. If you get any tension in your wrist, just shake it out, relax, flick your fingers out, have a moment, have a breather, then come back. And then as you get better, you can start going to the next string and playing it on different strings. And round the bottom, you probably find you have to come your thumb a bit further round, so your fingers and hands should always feel relaxed. If you have to stretch, look at the way I'm rolling my wrist. I'm exaggerating it a little there for effect, but you can see that I will roll my wrist to get into position rather than rigidly. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. So that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to get used to one finger per fret, to have strength in your fingers to be able to play this instrument, which is quite a physically demanding instrument in terms of your hands, because hey, these strings are thick. I mean, this bottom string feels like a 100 gauge. It's the low E string, the deepest string. So they're quite hard to move around. They're not, they're not string. They're metal. So yeah, it does take time to build up that strength, but just take it slow. Make sure each note rings out nice. If it's not ringing out nice, if you're getting that kind of sound, you're probably on the fret rather than below it, or you're too far down, so you're getting a buzz. So it's got to be. Remember, you're just trying to bend the string over the fret. Let the fret do the work. You're just holding the string down. It's like, imagine the fret's the side of a boat and you're trying to hold a rope down. You're not trying to hold the rope with your muscles up here. You're trying to bend it over the side of the boat. When you can traverse the strings, you can come up as well. You don't need to do that. It can also be many, many variations thereof. So there's anything you can think of, like diagonals. So there's all sorts that you can come up with. Just be creative and get around the instrument, but always rolling your hands, feeling relaxed. Pads of the fingers, not flat. And the timing of the right and the left hand's got to go very nicely together. It takes a very, very long time. It can be months to really be able to control the length of your notes naturally. So don't worry about that too much. There's a lot more you can do with the left hand. I'll just do a few little tasters. I'm not going to dissect these or anything, but it's like bends. There's vibrato. There's slides. There's hammer-ons and pull-offs. It's almost like tapping onto you play a note and then you quickly follow it. This is how you can get So that's an example of using like hammer-ons. So there's a lot of left hand technique. There's a lot more than that as well. Just take your time, be patient, get your hands working together, and when you've got that, you'll be ready to learn some songs, and you'll actually be able to play them, rather than trying to play a song and it sounds bad, and you get frustrated. So yeah, we'll pick up with some actual tunes.